step into the extraordinary journey of Oliver, a man who defied the notion that vulnerability is weakness. Discover how his courageous pursuit of authenticity and connection transformed his life and inspired others to embrace their own vulnerability in this captivating and inspiring story. Now let's get into the story. Once upon a time, there lived a man named Oliver. He was known for his strong and unyielding nature. Oliver had always believed that vulnerability was a sign of weakness and had built high walls around his heart to protect himself from getting hurt. He prided himself on his ability to face challenges head-on without showing any cracks in his armor. One day, Oliver stumbled upon a book titled Daring Greatly by Brene. Intrigued, he started reading and came across the quote, "Vulnerability is not weakness, it's our greatest measure of courage." The words resonated deeply within him, stirring a dormant curiosity about the true meaning of vulnerability. As Oliver delved deeper into the book, he discovered that vulnerability wasn't about exposing weakness but rather about embracing authenticity and wholeheartedness. He learned that vulnerability required immense strength and courage, the willingness to show up and be seen for who he truly was, flaws and all. Curiosity now ignited, Oliver decided to embark on a journey of self-discovery. He realized that his fear of vulnerability had limited his growth and prevented him from forming deep connections with others. Determined to change, he set out to practice vulnerability in small steps. Oliver started by sharing his struggles and fears with his closest friend. He opened up about his insecurities and allowed himself to be vulnerable in their presence. To his surprise, instead of judgment, he received empathy and understanding. He discovered that vulnerability created a space for genuine connection and acceptance. Buoyed by this newfound understanding, Oliver began embracing vulnerability in various aspects of his life. He learned to express his emotions openly, to admit his mistakes, and to ask for help when needed. As he did so, he noticed that his relationships deepened, and he felt a greater sense of belonging. Oliver's journey of vulnerability wasn't without its challenges. There were moments when he faced rejection or disappointment. However, he discovered that even in those moments, vulnerability allowed him to bounce back and grow stronger. It became his compass, guiding him toward a more authentic and fulfilling life. Throughout his journey, Oliver incorporated 3 simple practices from Daring Greatly by Brene. 1. Cultivating self-compassion. Oliver learned to treat himself with kindness and understanding, acknowledging his own worthiness and embracing imperfections. He offered himself support and empathy, just as he would for a good friend. 2. Embracing wholeheartedness. Oliver showed up as his genuine self, embracing both his strengths and vulnerabilities. He engaged in open and honest communication, allowing himself to be seen and heard. He let go of the fear of judgment and embraced the concept of "I am enough." 3. Fostering gratitude and joy. Oliver took time each day to reflect on the things he was grateful for, celebrating moments of joy and appreciating the goodness in his life. By practicing mindfulness and savoring the present moment, he shifted his perspective and cultivated a more positive and fulfilling mindset. Over time, Oliver became a beacon of courage for others. His willingness to be vulnerable inspired those around him to embrace their own authenticity. He shared the wisdom he had gained from Daring Greatly and encouraged others to break free from the constraints of their own fears. In the end, Oliver realized that vulnerability was not a sign of weakness but a measure of true courage. It had transformed his life, enabling him to connect more deeply with others, to face challenges head-on, and to live authentically. From that point forward, he embraced vulnerability as his greatest strength and continued to inspire others to do the same. And so, Oliver's story serves as a reminder to all who hear it that vulnerability is not a weakness to be feared but a courageous path to genuine connection, growth, and fulfillment. Subscribe to Illuminate Peak and embark on a transformative journey of embracing vulnerability, courage, and authentic connections.